Hello, YouTube. Thanks to all the new subscribers. I've been noticing more emails saying people are subscribing to my channel. I think that's awesome, and I really appreciate that and welcome you here. I haven't posted videos in a while. I'm a comic artist and writer, and I'm working on a comic called Joe Death, and I'm documenting the process and sharing the comic exclusively through Patreon right now. I'm making a lot of videos, and I'm posting them there. I've got about 10 videos. I think it's upward of 4 hours altogether and I've been doing this for maybe 3-4 months. And posting pretty regularly, so I'd say a few videos every month. And I wanted to talk about that, and I just wanted to share one of these videos. So the video that you're going to see in a few seconds is indicative of what's happening on my Patreon. I'm talking about comics. I'll talk about drawing comics, designing for comics, characters, and laying out panels for your pages. And oh, this is my dog, Willow. Willow, hey. She rarely shows on these things. Anyway, there's a lot of information there. I'm very excited about sharing it. I'm very excited about doing it, and I hope it's helpful for anyone who is working in comics or wants to. Please check it out. Go to my Patreon. I'll put a link in the description below. And enjoy this video. This is part 1 of sort of a character design. So I think part 2, do I have a third? There's definitely a second part, is on my Patreon, and you can access that for $5 a month through Patreon. But go there, just check it out. If it's for you, please support. Thanks a lot. Hey everyone, just wanted to take you on a quick sketchbook kind of tour, highlighting some things that I just want to talk about character design, specifically with characters in Joe Death, and hope you like it. So I'm working on a character right now. She is a witch, and I just wanted to have a lot of fun designing her, and I kind of have an idea of what she looks like, but I definitely allow myself to play with ideas like if she was one-eyed, maybe a descendant of like a cyclops or something like that. And I like that idea, but I wanted to search out, just more ideas that I had, and that looks like, to me, going back in sketchbooks, and I'm really unstructured when it comes to sketching in sketchbooks. I don't have a delineation between, like, I'm going to draw this on this day. A lot of it is just very unstructured, and so it's actually quite hard to find things. But I every so often I'll go back and I'll look and I'll search ideas, and I see ideas that I've drawn before, have similarities, and I can pull from all the different aspects of what I've got going on. So like this, let's say the costume, well, I don't exactly, I wasn't really feeling the one-eyed thing. I think that implied a little too much, but I really liked her costume, and so I sort of incorporated it with a different face, and I really like this design a lot. I think there's something kind of posh about her, a little sophisticated, and her kind of low gaze is kind of like a very sort of prideful, like, aspect to her. So and I found that, I guess I found her face. I'll just flip through this. I don't even know if it's in the sketchbook. I've got other ones, smaller ones here, that may actually have it. But I'll just give you kind of a tour. Just a lot of stuff going on, like this guy's face is from that Storyteller issue that I did with the Henson Company. these guys are sort of horned creatures. And a Boba Fett there. Like, I don't exactly, like, I couldn't retrace what I was thinking exactly, but this is just crappy stuff. But you have to, I think that you have to allow yourself to make and to sketch very poorly, and to find, interesting things. So there's more of the one-eyed design, and here's this guy. This is a very early design of another character that I'm gonna have in the second issue of Joe Death, and I like certain aspects about it, but I'm always interested about pulling different ways. Is he very fat? Does he have horns on top and horns on teeth that sort of mirror the same? This is my dog Willow, if she were a person. I really like this little cat guy. I don't know what he's going to be, but hopefully something. This is not my drawing, but a small a girl of a friend. She was like maybe 3 at the time, but she wanted to draw my sketchbook, and I was like, yeah, like, you're gonna mess it up. But I was like, it's a sketchbook. I really need to pull away from thinking that this stuff is precious. It's just a sketchbook, and maybe I'll have an idea. Who knows from her? But I actually tried to draw her, which was bad. But there it is, and there's a lot of ideas, I think, when you're allowing yourself to have fun. I think maybe that's one of the things I'm most happy with my work, when people say that they can tell that I'm having fun, and I really am. I wouldn't. I don't want to have anything other than fun. I don't want to design characters as if they're going to be in a movie, or a live-action movie, or some sort of blockbuster thing. I want to design them to fit in my comic, and if a movie happens, like, that'd be awesome. But honestly, I would really want it to be animated. So, I do think about that, and I'm not opposed to movies, but I prefer animation, and sometimes maybe 2D animation would be awesome. So I kind of, come at this stuff with that idea, these are some interesting faces. This was actually when I was sketching at, like, I think it was Union Station in New York City, and I'm blanking on. I'm like thinking of, is that the right place? I don't know. Some sort of like square with Shake Shack, the burger place, which was awesome. And Karen, my wife, and I had a burger, and I actually sketched in the crowd, like, as we're sitting there, seeing a lot of people, and it really helped actually me to see things that I wouldn't normally draw. I don't know. I think artists have sort of a 4 or 5 good faces that they sort of all always revert back to. It's like a default. But when you're in a crowd and seeing different people, you'll notice stuff like this guy's like almost closed eyes, and real droopy sort of cheeks, and I really like that. And just fuzzy faces, odd haircuts. They're all fun, and they're all out there. I mean, especially in New York City, like, I gotta be crazy if I'm not going to sketch out there. I didn't see this guy in person right here, which was nice. I think I would have freaked out if I did see him in person. But maybe, I think it might have been inspired by, I don't think I saw her in person either. But maybe the hair, curly hair. I don't typically think of or draw hair as like really curly or wavy, but I think it's good to obviously add that to my tool belt, and also like windows and architecture. I really am not super comfortable with drawing that, and I always want to keep it organic, but I don't have a strong sort of cachet of stuff to pull out when I need to draw architecture and windows. And I think when you add little details and you remember these details, which I actually don't, but that's why I'm looking at this sketchbook, it is really good to convince people that what you're drawing is, you know, somewhat realistic. It's actually, you know, just sort of a lie, of course, but I think little small details go a long way. So we're into the deep woods here, but I'll keep going. I think this is fun. This is a lot of the storyteller stuff I was working on when working with the Henson Company. This is a character I'm really excited about, and I'm actually pitching him to publishers. And it's a kind of secret project, which I haven't shared, but I have actually done a lot of work for it. There's Joe again. He's really moving here. I really want him to have a lot of action and movement. And in the first issue, there's not, but just you wait. And Blue as well, the little moth that sits on Joe's shoulder. I really like him, and I'm not unhappy that I gave him 6 arms. I think I actually have, 8 arms there, which is weird. I must have thought his legs are actually arms, so I'm like, I was like really killing myself there, because I was like, why am I doing 8 arms? But no, he should have more 6 arms, and 2 of the legs are arms. But he's got a lot going on, actually. The antenna, legs, and 2 sets of arms, wings. I'm thinking right now, actually, I might actually not need the second pair of arms, but I do really love it. I think it's unique, and I'll probably stick with it. There's more Joe. Here's the Sneetches from Dr. Seuss. I really love Dr. Seuss, and maybe some of you can identify his influences on my stuff. But I really love how he's created a world that is unlike any other. He doesn't draw people like people look, but you obviously know that they're people because they maybe look a little less strange than his creatures. But I really like that vision, and I am trying to do that with my own work as well. All right, thanks so much for coming along. It was a lot of fun, and I hope to do something like that again, and more things as well. So thanks a lot. See you later.